Welcome back to NR2000. It's absolutely been a good update for some like these things, as currently it's absolutely for slightly cloudy in about for this game. So, we just probably you remember in about for this game is when you actually if you try to play like this one without even some kind of multiplayer. But now we're inside of a single player and about nobody is going to be playing around for the NR2000 and because nobody is absolutely using for some kind of other cars. So we have any more kinds of vehicles and because using the number 2021 as the vehicle as well. This is the 2000s year and because absolutely, if you remember, about some kind of vehicles, the NY is probably like this thing as well. So, what about this car? Is the number 46. Now, as you can try it about for this thing, and there's no speedometer in about for this thing, and the road course is still open in about for this thing, like we already said, and not including around for the craftsman as well. So, because this is probably whatever it is, that sounds I'm gonna win. And before this isn't gonna be necessary, as we're gonna be look on into for some kind of that you may remember. As you remember about for this update is pretty insanely good. But now we just absolutely for an almost 1 year since May 19, and that is absolutely how the big update it is. And because the original game that is set here for the NASCAR 2000 Winston Cup Series into this game. So even this is another kind of Winston videos should be going to be very more in about for this day. So absolutely we're going to be finishing around here. Wait, what are these guys over here? Maybe into our next couple of laps later. Even for these guys are just going to be cheering it up. And about the Hot Wheels vehicles and about for like these cars as well. If before we're gonna be choosing without further notice, I cannot believe this is what I absolutely that we are pretty noticed about for this game. So pretty close enough, and I just gonna be took here for a very long, for many reasons that I just actually that I'm gonna be using for this game. And before we're gonna be returning back into some kind of an old years of like these things. So the Racing D Pacifico is when actually that I never just remembered about for this thing. When I just jump off the vehicle, that automatically despawns. And let's just gonna be decelerating about for this vehicle. Oh, look for now for these fans out here. And let's just gonna be driving out reverse. Wait, some kind of these Japanese characters out here. And it's not my track. This is Daytona International Speedway or National Speedway about for this thing. I think this is really hard to just gonna be doing for a parking staff. The car just rolled down that it just jump out of this vehicle and then hits the ground over here. So why aren't they a Japanese vehicle? I wait. That automatically despawns against as well. So it already works as well. And I can see some kind of a little bit of these things. With some kind of Japanese characters doing out here a dash track into our new Daytona 2000s as well. So the next one is like this one, Ken Sharder for just one thing. So Andy Houston, yes, this is probably the 96 McDonald's as well. Yes, and the amount for this vehicle, I'm just gonna be going around for the number 77. This isn't actually for my favorite for the numbers as well. The number 77, I'm gonna be taking here for there's only one number. And maybe let's just take the road course over here. Now probably we're not gonna be taking for so much in amount of weeks. That is just since I just able to play for this year and not in many for recently decades ago for this one. So I'm just gonna be literally gonna be favoriting myself at about this thing. If you're just gonna be a fan of this NASCAR game, just like and favorite of this game, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe into my channel, and including of this video as well. So before this isn't gonna be making for just 1 cent of these cars as well. Absolutely, it makes sense of this Winston Cup Series vehicles. and many more of these kind of vehicles over here. So looks like we're just gonna be spending off for many more of these, for many of like these things as well. So it does not matter to reach 200 miles an hour. Maybe in the front stretch, and we're gonna be making down here into the road course. Wait, when actually that we're gonna be doing for a very long of terms. Looks like this is absolutely for a bus stop right here. So Daytona 2000s is probably really something that's gonna be a very good idea. So looks like even for our last couple of turns, it's a little bit new. And because if this thing is gonna be coming old as well, we should be gonna be probably doing something very perfect for this thing. So as we're gonna be crossing the finish line first, and as you can see, the fans like this gonna be cheering me out, including the cookies as well. So many of these cookies are just showing up like these guys of these NASCARs for these things, or like these guys or NASCARs. Probably that we just saying for just a very long time, because despite this like video, if before that wasn't going to be taking for this much sense, if that is absolutely for the last couple of videos that I recently uploaded, or some kind of a internet connection maniac as that my brother just did for something it's not worse, that he just did me for he did to my connection, because what actually that he wanted to do is just ruin for my connection, and that it should be money of the final, or that is the reason the final is absolutely going to be doing for such a cost. So even many more recently of times as I couldn't able to get around here. So this is where I just screenshot around for just a 10 for just pressing for the F10. So as well, before that it wasn't going to be finishing around here. So let me just see for this going to be going for a screenshot. Now let's just see for this thing that we won't be able to do so. Even before that we're going to be going for playing once again, and right back here in NASCAR NR2000. But looks like I just going to be pretty remembering for this one before I was on the move for the new house. So even this isn't going to be established for my connection, so that wasn't going to be pretty such as a very tough of like these things. And before we're going to be pressing F10, and we're going to be doing for our fan finishes for this thing. So even for the last decades of the update, I'm probably sure we're going to be going for an F10. So the last time that doesn't going to be even matter to do so. It looks like this is going to be even a little bit perfect for these old NASCAR without the spectate button, because even it's gotten removed, and because despite I just almost forgetting for this one, and because where are these replay broadcasts as well, even because if that's subject to be updated or being abandoned for this one. Let's just take back into the pits with the number 77 to bring back home. And because it's gonna be bringing back home, and because looks like that turns into a recently 2002 season, and because likely this must be the 2002 vehicle as well, because as you can see, for the best year 2003 season is absolutely pretty such as it's gonna be a great idea. So as the car has been already decelerated down, and before the car has been despawned automatically. So this is the 2001 NASCAR, and because this is absolutely going to be not very worse as well. And because another one is the 2001 vehicle as well. And let's just going to be using the number 25. And because the last video that I just saw, the number 25 was actually for some kind of Michael Waltrip reference, such as Chase Elliott for this thing. 2016 for this thing. 2015 Michael Waltrip for this thing. He absolutely retired for someday by nearly 2010s for this thing. Not while Michael Waltrip as well, and about Chase Elliott reference before this is absolutely for appearance for this vehicle. So as you can despite for seeing this, when actually that is going to be looking to other kinds of viewers and cookies too. And because if it's just going to be doing for this favorite with this thing, if you just like to leave a like and subscribe and click the bell. So that was absolutely probably it. So many more of these things or views just gonna be viewing in about for this video. So more testing in about for this vehicle that I just probably like in about for this thing. So if you just wanted to know in about for this video, so I'm just gonna be making sure that I'm just leaving a screenshot over here and many new content in about for this one, and I just might be able to get for a few posts to go for about for this thing, and probably just I won't be able to get back into this. Well, if I'm not back into this game for one last time, this is when I'm just gonna be doing whatever that we're gonna be doing should be. Well, let's just gonna be continue the road course or just complete the road course itself. And that is, we're gonna be trying to, the fact we'll be gonna be going for the road course. I don't really want it to fail like these things are about for the idiots. Now, let's just see for the road course. Let's completely slow down at about for this vehicle. Looks like, since I just made up this comparison video, and about for the NR2000 and the CMT 2000s, like I say, we're gonna be doing it about for this quickly as possible, as for many things as possible like these things as well. So 2001 NASCAR, and because despite seeing it about for this one, so this is the 2001 NASCAR, and probably we're gonna be completed around for this thing. And because the most striking thing is gonna be a rear on the back. It's not made by GM, and because despite seeing about for this back into the 80s, 200 miles per hour reference is going to be producing more top speed and about less and prevention of overtaking and about for these vehicles, and like I say that we're going to be doing for this going to be going on. If I'm just going to be saying for a very much more time, and because which is I'm just going to be causing to start going bad at English. So let's just let go of the throttle and start braking without further notice about for this corner cutting and about for this thing. So as you're gonna be might despite seeing this, and finally we just eventually completed the road course, and what I just actually do is completed this once and for all in about for this 24 hours of Daytona look like this. And I'm probably very sure that we're turning into a Gran Turismo 5 NASCAR 2002 Winston Cup Series, and it looks like the 2000 vehicle is absolutely pretty like this one. And probably despite seeing about with this thing, and because we're going to be bringing back the number 25 back home, and we're going to be end up this video for so much. And I cannot believe this isn't going to be going for about for this thing, but overall I love this pretty so much, and for our Par 8 viewers, that you love to see this. And as you can remember about for this NASCAR 2000s of Winston Cup Series, and because I'm pretty sure that I just love like this one, and because of this Winston Cup Series, it's about that I just always want about for these videos. But here are these playlists and about the NASCAR Winston Cup Series, and because this is only that I just able to want to do so. And that's just gonna be the end of this video, and probably we're gonna be sure Dale Jarrett as well. So let's just gonna be full stop of this way, and before I just gonna be jumping out of this vehicle and the spawns itself, and there he goes. The number 88 look like this car as well. So if you like for today's video and about for a NASCAR Winston Cup Series and about the year 2000s and 2002 cars is pretty possible as well. So leave a like and subscribe and click that bell, and the game is linked in the description below. And don't forget to leave a like on this game and favorite and about for this one if you're a NASCAR fan and about inside of that game. Thanks for watching, and I'm gonna be see you on the track, and Par 8 viewers, mini lads, and nerds and geeks as well. That which will be Jumper Concept and the Flash signing off.